Africa. God bless Nigerian youth. Thank you.
Please, a round of applause for him once more. Thank you. Thank you, Ambassador Uchechukwu Paul, Chairman DYTI NYD. Thank you very much once again. We kick off, we continue for the program. At this point, we are going to invite our speakers for the day. I'd like to prepare our minds and let us know that we have come to it. I hope we have our biros and our notepads to jot down all that will be given to us. Somebody says, there's a saying that when an idea is spoken to the air without being jotted down, it fizzles off with the air. But when it is noted down, you can always make references. So I would like you to keep ready your pad, keep ready your pen, because these men and women of caliber, of wealth of experiences, will pour out all they have today to us. And I believe that in the future that would help us, groom ourselves and become better human beings. At this point, I want to call on our first guest speaker, who's going to be giving us the first lecture for the day. He is no other person than Architect Inya Etok Ezekiel. He is Director General Nigeria First Project. Sir, we invite you to the podium. Put your hands together for him, please. You're welcome, sir.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, right? I haven't had my breakfast yet, so for me it's still morning. First, many of you don't know me. Some of you might know me. But I'm called the National Youth Headmaster. And there's a reason for that. I don't take it easy with the young people. I don't. And probably you'll understand why soon. In the next few minutes that I'm going to be here, there are certain laws, rules, and protocols you must observe. If you cannot adhere to such rules, I'll be very, very, very happy to wait for the next 1-2 minutes while you excuse us. And I'll wait for you to leave. I talk to only people who are ready to listen. It's taking me a lot of money to fly down here this morning. I came straight from the airport. I'm going to go back. And that's to show you how important it is that I'm here. So I can't come here to waste my time. I believe that by the time I leave here, the next couple of whatever time they give me, I want to be able to talk to 1, 2, 3 people. I want to be able to talk to 1, 2, 3 people. I'm not a crowd kind of person. I'm not impressed by coming here and seeing 10,000, 5,000 people. No. I can travel to another country to talk to 5 people. Those who know me for that. Because it just takes one man to make a difference. It takes one moment of listening to somebody for your life to change. And that's the story of my life. Some years back, I ran into a man called Dikin Onosode. Most of you may not know him, might not have heard of him. And the man was not, please, can I have some silence? Some people are talking. Please just get out and talk outside. But if you are here, don't distract anybody. Organizers, if you have any activities, just let it be out there. For the next few minutes, I want people seated, people just, even the organizers, if you can have a place to sit, I'll be very happy. Because it takes a moment for somebody's life to change forever. And this is one of such moments. I'm not just coming here to give lectures. Let me even blow your mind a little bit. The topic I've been given to talk on is, let me tell you how we operate. Sustainable entrepreneurship endeavors. Where is Africa missing it? That's what I'm supposed to talk on. Successful entrepreneurship endeavors. Where is Africa missing it? The easiest thing for you to do to this topic, I don't need to travel down here to tell you this. I don't. Do you know why? If you just Google one word, entrepreneurship, just a Google, I'll tell you what you find, because I did just now. Don't tell me that it's run away, because I will find it where it's good. Whoa, good, I'm good. Now, if you just Google that one word, on that page, what you will find is entrepreneurship is the process of designing, launching, and running a small new business, which is often initially a small business. The people who create these businesses are called entrepreneurs. Okay? Now, when you look further down, you say, what is the concept of entrepreneurship? What are the 4 types of entrepreneurship? What is the best definition of entrepreneurship? What is the definition of entrepreneur and entrepreneurship? Then if you go a little further down, you will see things like, people and research facilities. You go further down, you will see videos. Under videos, you have what is entrepreneurship, 4.5 minutes. Then you have 10 things you must do before becoming an entrepreneur. Then advice, tips, and tricks, for new entrepreneurs. What am I trying to say? Just by Googling the word entrepreneurship, you would have gotten everything they expect me to say here. So why do I come here to do all that PowerPoint slide stuff of the things you can sit down in your house and get all the answers? Did you have to travel all the way down here from your various destinations just for me to tell you what is in your phone? Does it make sense? Hello? Does it make sense? It doesn't. So I'm going to take the same thing which I've already given you everything, because there's nothing new under the sun. It's just that we don't want to read. Anything anybody's going to tell you is already there in your little phone, smartphone. But what you need is certain level of experience and passion to communicate the same thing to you from an experiential standpoint. Unfortunately, again, we run a country where people who don't understand the meaning of the word success are coming to teach you success. And why do they have that microphone? Because they are honorable. Excuse me? Please, Mr. Honorable, I appreciate that you are a commissioner. But please tell me what you were before you became a commissioner. Who you were. Please tell me the things you've done in your life. Tell me the things, the challenges you've faced, based on which you can come and talk to me about success. I understand. I know your car. You drove a Range Rover. Thank you, sir. I appreciate. But for goodness sake, is driving a Range Rover success? Hello? Unfortunately, again, that is what the youths have been made to understand as to what success is. And it's a shame. And it's not true. The story of my life is a story you would like to hear. Today I'm an extremely successful person. At the risk of sounding arrogant, I am. Hello? I am. Why? Because the car that your president drives, the Senate president drives, your governor drives, all of them, they drive S550, isn't it? Mercedes S5, that's the car I also drive. And if you don't have up to 50 million, don't even think about it. And you don't pick it from the ground, except you're a government worker. And I'm not. Number two, you say, ha ha ha, I'm impressed. How did you buy it? I have never held any public office in my life. I've never accepted any appointment. Is that clear? I have never accepted any appointment. Never, never, never. Number two, I've never worked for anybody all my life. You say, ha ha ha, oh, I'm impressed. Tell me about your family. Hello? My father was a primary school teacher. My mother dropped out in primary 3. I didn't say class 3, primary 3. So by right, I have every entitlement to be a palm wine tapper in my village. Hello? But I'm not. I'm not. I am a thoroughbred politician. Sorry. Did I say politician? My people say speed it up. I am a thorough. Who knows the word I wanted to use? No. Raise your hand if you know the word I wanted to use. I'm a thoroughbred what? What's the word? Oh, no. Another person? Oh, no. Yeah? No. Come on. That's 10,000 on the line. 10,000. Cash. Yeah? No risk taker. No. 10,000 on the line. Yeah? Professional. Come. Come now. Professional. I am an architect. I'm a real estate consultant. That's what I do. I was the first Nigerian that got a shelter Afrique facility for any state government in this country, and I did one of the best estates in this country. It's called the Shelter Afrique Estate in Uyo. Everybody lives there. Governor, everybody, they live there. I did that project when I was 37 years of age. Please clap for me. Don't let bad belly disturb you here, okay? Now, I did that when I was 37 years of age. In 2014, I was voted Housing Man of the Year in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that's because I was able to bring up social housing that never existed to become a full chapter in the approved national housing policy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as an individual. And that's not all. A year after, I was the only African as a main speaker at the Global Conference on Affordable Housing in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. You understand me? Now, those people don't give you such a position because you have money. Do you understand me? You don't buy it. When they look for who represents social housing, they looked in Africa, and I was the only person that stood out. So I was given that honor. What am I saying? You can talk about success if you tell me that your life reflects success. Number two, you can tell me about success if what you have is not stealing the resources of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, diverting our common, resources to your private estate. I don't buy that. But if you are able to apply yourself to what you are doing and believe on a few things I'm going to tell you today, and then God blesses your endeavor, then you can talk about success. Why did I go up and go down. Where is the up? I bragged on how I drive Range Rover and S550, isn't it? And by the way, it's not a joke, it's for real. Hello? You know, sometimes like comedians, you don't know when they are serious. Oh, I was in America in my dream. This one not be my dream, oh, I'm alive. Hello? I'm trying to provoke your mind to hear some things. After going high, I went low. How did I go low? I told you that my father was a primary school teacher in the village, and that my mother dropped out in primary 3. Hello? If I tell you the story of my life, you will not believe it. I grew up, you know, do you know what it means for you to grow up with your grandmother in the village? Not your mother, your grandmother. By the time they send you to your grandmother in the village, your own is finished. You don't understand. But seated here is everybody that has the capacity to have a story that makes my own look like Boy Scout. Because there are certain fundamentals in life. Please listen to me. Somebody here has to have a change that will follow the person, and the person will say, thank God I came to this program. It's not going to be for everybody. As I'm talking, some people are hearing stories. To some people it's gist. Do you understand me? But there are some people, even if it's 1 or 2 or 3, that are like, I need to understand what he's talking about. Because somebody here needs to know that you can be successful and sustainable success. Somebody here needs to know that they've been lying to you. Do you know why this place is so scanty? Because it's not a political meeting. And people don't realize. I've contested for governorship twice. I was a national chairman. I am the person that effectively started the Young Democratic Party. That's why I'm called the father of youth participation in politics in Nigeria. I went out of my way and did the unimaginable to make sure that the youth are given a voice. The young, not too young to run bill, Itodo and the rest, asked them who were the people behind pushing them. It was from Young Democratic Party that we have Young Progressive Party, because I handed over to Bishop Amakri, who became the chairman of Young Progressive Party. I handed over the party to him. And today you have the Young Democratic Party, you have the Young Progressive Party, you even have the Youth Party. Because the young people need to have a voice. But the problem is that we, the elders, have misled the young people and told them a lie. Many of you are waiting to get successful through politics, and yet in your whole world only one person can be a councillor. One. In your whole federal constituency, only one person can be a National Assembly member. In your whole state, only one person can be a governor. In your whole country, only one person can be a president. Now you know you cannot be a councillor, you cannot be a state house of assembly member, a National Assembly member. You cannot be. So all you want to be is attach yourself to be PA, to be SA, to be SA to somebody's PA, to be PA to somebody's SA that is an SA to the other person's PA. I think, listen to me, somebody is deceiving you, and at the end of the day you don't get it. So what do? You keep attaching yourself. I come here to tell you that you don't need any of things to be successful. You don't need any of those things. Thrash them. Look, why do you want to look for 1%? As a matter of political office holders are less than 1%. Why do you want to be 1% when there is over 80-90% chances of you being successful as an entrepreneur? You know the difference? Because people want cheap money, and the world does not operate on cheap money. The world is a hard space that belongs to those who are willing to seize that space. I come here looking all nice. You come work for me for 1 week and you know what a terrible person I am. The business world takes no prisoners. That's why, let me even tell you something else I didn't tell you. I said something in passing, but some of you didn't get it. Please, when I have 20 minutes to go, just let me know. 20 minutes, let me know. 10 minutes, let me know. Okay? I said something in passing, and many of you didn't quite understand it. What did I say? I said I've never worked for anybody. You know why? Because while I was in school, I had to pay my fees. I had to pay my fees because I had nobody to pay, my school fees. And it was hard, man. So I had to do everything. I did everything, and when I say everything, I mean everything. I've done carpentry, I've done photography, I've done printing, I've done all sorts of things. It was while I was in school doing all manner of things to be able, when I say things, I mean legal, official. Do you understand me? Not things, the other things, not those ones, but the real things, okay? And one of the reasons why I was not into crime is because I'm a very fearful person. I always believe that if there are 10 people committing the same crime, I'm the only one they will catch. I believe that, and it has worked. In school, I never broke bounds once because the day I tried it, I was the only one that was caught. And God, I was flogged, but it was good for me. That fear kept me away from crime because he told me others will get away, they will catch you. And because of that, I ran away. So I did everything that was just, I've never fought in my life. I run away from fear. Do you understand? I fear those things that are illegal, but anything that is legal, bring it on. I know what it means to sit down. I understand the concept of staying power. I can work. I can work. People think I love work. I don't love work. I love success. But I've come to see success as not something you pick on the road. You work for success. You don't pick gold on the street. You dig and excavate. You get down there, and when you get it out, you have to send it through the furnace. Do you understand? Before it starts, glittering, it's gone through a lot of processes. You want to fly business class or first class on kids' ticket, and it's not going to work. But it has worked for me. On the 1st of this month, November, I turned 56. Sunrise chicken, chicken. Do you understand me? I've come a long way. And I have remained on top of my game throughout. When things were the way in school, in the process of working, I discovered that I needed to register a company. Because you can't be paying. There are certain tips of business. It's just that we didn't have a business meeting today. And such business meetings, I take 3 hours. I don't come to deliver speech and go. No. Sometimes it takes after 1-2 hours for people to start to hear. Do you understand me? So all that thing you are doing, people are just trying to, and then it's over, they go. Because old habits die hard. They are used to coming to sit down knowing that they are just going to talk nonsense. So before they now say, this man's own is different, you have 10 minutes to go. You understand me? Right? But come back to where we were in school. By the time that I knew I had to work at a certain level, make certain money, I had to register a company. And let me tell you the good news. That company I registered in school, university, is the same company I'm working with till today. The same company. I have never one day written any application looking for job. And if you think it's been easy, forget it. It has to do with vision. I have about 5 numbers, but I carry only one. I've dropped others. I've learned that, look, all this carrying different phones and numbers, they just don't work. So I drop them. I carry only one line. One. And my one line, everybody knows it. It's no secret. If you notice, you would have been seeing it just blinking, blinking, blinking. I have a habit. My phone does not control me. I control my phone. It's on silent and I keep it. Call and call and call and call. I will look at that phone when I want to look at the phone. So many of you are controlled by your phone and they are useless messages. They waste your time. You want to read, you can't even read anything because you're so I sat on that business. Let me give you a little time. Time is not doing me too much good because I'm trying to do too many things at the same time. I wrote my life history when I was 17 years. When I was 17 years in school, that's when I wrote my life history up to 50. The day that I married, I remember clearly my pastor, Reverend Chris Okotie. In the middle, he stopped and started laughing. He laughed and laughed and laughed. And if you know him, you know, when he's amused by something, he just takes his time and laughs. And this is the middle. I'm waiting to kiss a bride, and this man is laughing. I'm like, what's catching this man? Hello? And when he finished, he just did like this. He said, I have never seen a man that was more eager to marry in my life. And he was telling the truth. Why? Because at 17, I wrote that at 50, all my children will graduate from the school, from the university. That's what I wrote. I wrote what I was going to be able to do at 30, at 40, at 50. It's called perspective. You don't run into success. You plan success ahead and work towards it, no matter what it takes. And in that, I said, look, I'm going to graduate at 21 from where I was. I did architecture. I had to do 6 years. I'll graduate at 21. What that means is that you must never lose one school year, except it's not within, but that you fail. No, failing was not an option. If there was strike, I can understand. I said I'll have my first degree at 21. I'll have my master's at 23. I'll do youth service at 24. I must marry at 25, because between 25 and 30, I must have my 2 or 3 children maximum, so that by the time I'm 50, my last child is 20, and at 20, that child has to graduate, so that at 50, all my children have graduated, and then I can face. I wrote it down. You say, my wife knows, everybody knows. You understand me? And at 50, my last child graduated. Yes. At 25, I got married. I waited when I was 25. This month, I turned 56. And I've been 31 years married to the same lady. You've got to know what you're looking for in life. Do you understand me? To the same lady. And at 53, 54, I became a grandfather. My grandson is 2 years old. And yet I'm still a young man, boy. Hello. I used to tell people that there was a time that all of us in my family were youth. Because when I was 45, which is my last understanding of who should be youth. I know that some people are still youth leaders at 65. No problem. But I believe that by the time you enter 45, please drop that youth title. If not so, you destroy yourself. By the time I was 45, my last child was 15. So between 15 and 45, we are all youth, and were we not? Oh, yeah, that's what it was. But come back to what I want you to see, learn, hear, and understand today is this. You can be successful as an entrepreneur. I've already said who an entrepreneur is. And no matter what you do, no matter who you are, no matter where you work, my advice to you is, in Nigeria today, add to yourself the title of an entrepreneur. Be an entrepreneur. Have a small business that you are putting up by the side. And you say, sir, I don't know where to start. How many of you have ever come across or heard the name Ubong King? Anybody? Anybody? If you have, raise your hand. Okay? Some people. If you go to my Facebook page, Office of the Citizen of Akwa Ibom State, I have several pages on Facebook to start with. I'm on Instagram, whatever, but I'm more on Facebook stuff. If you check my personal page, Facebook has several compared. The very first one that is normally 5,000 people, that one was filled up immediately. The other one, the likes page, I have about 60-something thousand. And then I have Nigeria First, that's about almost 200,000. And then another, altogether I have probably about 300 and something thousand followership on the Facebook. But if you go to Office of the Citizen of Akwa Ibom State on Facebook, you will see a 3-minute video that Ubong King did on my birthday. Ubong King said he had to do that video because he needs the world to know how he got to be where he is today. Ubong is extremely successful. Young guy. He owns strollers. He's a millionaire in dollars. He's extremely comfortable. And he did that video. In that video he said, I want the world to know that Architect Nyaitok is the man that made me to be where I am today. My journey to where I am today started by this man. Why? Because Ubong King was a security guard in the church that I was helping to build. And one day I walked up to him. I said, I find you a very committed young man. What do you want to do? He started saying what he wanted to do. I said, bring a piece of paper, sit down with me. And he sat down. I can be very difficult. I can be really difficult. He sat down and I stretched his imagination. I talked to him. I stretched his imagination. Just as we are sitting down here. That piece of paper that he wrote down became the blueprint that he followed line by line, precept upon precept, and today he is one of the biggest security consultants in this country and beyond. Why? Because he bothered to listen to a man who knew what he was talking about. Number one, everybody, there's something called intellectual laziness. You've got to be able to discipline yourself to sit down. Sit down, think. Everybody has an idea. Anybody who is looking for money to do business will never be successful in life. Write it down. The reason is that money is fuel. Idea is the vehicle. And if you are not careful to buy fuel without the vehicle, you carry that fuel in your house and that fuel can put fire in your house. Don't look for money. Money is called fuel. Fuel drives the vehicle called idea. If you don't know that, you will never succeed. If you say, I'm praying for you, that's your business. And let me tell you something. If the capacity of your tank is 200 liters and you have 500 liters, you have a problem. Because you are going to store that extra fuel, and the process of storing that extra fuel is going to create problems for you. That is why you have filling stations. You fill your tank, you move. When it goes down, you refill your tank. If you need 500,000 and you have 1 million, you're in trouble. I'm sure you've never heard this before. If what you need as at today is 500,000 for that vehicle that you have, and you are giving 1 million, you are in trouble, because that extra 500,000 is likely going to cause problems for you. That's why if you are a Christian, the Bible says, don't despise the days of small beginnings. Some of you want to start from the top. And you forgot that you went to nursery school, you graduated from nursery school to primary school, from primary school to secondary school, before you got to university. Have you forgotten that? But you want to start from crawling to jumping. It's not going to work. I wrote when I was 17, I wrote to 50. Because I knew that I will have to be 50 for my children to have graduated. I knew there had to be perspective planning. Yes, I knew I would graduate at 21, first degree, 23 for my master's. Yes, I knew. But I knew I had to wait till I was 35 to get involved in international business, so that at 40, 45, I would have fortified my business empire, and I was going to work until I was 55, and that at 55 I start to go down in terms of retirement, and that at 60 I stop to make money. I wrote it down. I didn't want to become a success overnight. No. And I worked, the plan as if my life depended on it. No distraction. If my wife was not ready to marry me at 25, I was going to get somebody else and marry. Luckily for me, as is the story of my life, the poor girl said I do. And we got married. And God blessed our marriage. We had our 3 children. Why did I stop after 3 children? Because I had known from time that there's an agenda. If I have another one after 30, it's going to disturb, because you don't expect your child to graduate at 16 unless I don't even know what he does. He could be a genius, but look, operate on the natural until the supernatural happens. Too many of you are looking for miracles, and yet in your entire life, how many miracles have you seen? But you've seen successful people. So why don't you go on the principles that you can relate to? Hard work. If you happen to be a Christian like I am, God said something. He said, seest thou a man diligent in his ways? He said, that man will sit with kings. He will not sit with commoners. And I said, all they didn't give was to be diligent. He didn't say a rich man's person. And can God lie? I convinced myself that God cannot lie. So if I can be diligent, it means I'm going to sit with kings. Brother, I want you to know that your president knows me. Your vice president knows me. How? Because the only social housing estate of Mr. President, I'm the one handling it. Hello? In the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I am the one handling it. So he's like, who is doing my social race? That man, where they abuse you sometimes. The one where they say, are they clannish? I say, yes. So don't mind him. He cannot fire me. Do you know why president cannot fire me? Because I'm giving him good report. When it comes to that estate is going to be one of the most beautiful estates in the Federal Republic of Nigeria and beyond. I am working night and day. Before we even started anything, we started with landscaping. Do you understand? There's a way that you can make somebody respect you. I was on channels. I'm always there. Tomorrow I should be on NTA breakfast meeting. And I said, Mr. President is clannish. All his people started attacking me. Boom, boom, boom. You are doing Mr. President. Yeah. I'm not in APC to start with. But I'm doing the only project. Why? When you are a professional, there are things that go beyond politics. In Nigeria here, I'm a testimony. Don't think that you must be in APC to be relevant. It's not true. I'm not in APC. I'm doing the only social housing project of APC government. And do you know why they cannot complain? When they come, they see results. What they said I should do, I did. What they didn't say I should do, I did. What they didn't think I could do, I did. So I give the government a good name. Number 1, idea. And let me tell you something. Ideas come in sizes. There's micro, there's mini, there's small, there's large, there's extra large. Why don't you dare to go for the extra large idea? The Bible says something. You know, let me tell you, if you don't have a faith you believe in, you are a fool. If you are a Muslim, be a Muslim. Hold on to your faith. Find out what your faith says. Commit yourself to your faith. Do you understand me? And if you are a Christian, hold on to your faith. Find out what the Bible says. Live on it. If you are neither here nor there, you're not going to go far, because the world, whether you or not, man is a, and all religions testify to that. I know what the Bible says. It says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Why think small when the same mind can think big and bigger and biggest? So number one is ideas. You've got to tell yourself you can be somebody. Too many of you have written off yourselves before time, and it's a shame. Too many of you have written off yourselves. Don't write off yourself from today. You say, okay, if I had started at 17, I'm above 17. No, it doesn't matter. Everybody, day in day. Do you understand me? You day your day, I day my day. It's a day. Thank you. Do you understand me? My story is not your story. My story was 17. Your story is probably 20. Another person's story is probably 25. So hold on to your dream. Hold on to your story. It should have been yesterday. That's not the point. You are here today. You are here today. And that's the important thing. Can it happen from today? Yes, it can. It's never ever too late. All that thing telling you, oh, if I had started yesterday, goodness sake, drop that. That's number one. Your mind. Your mind. The moment your mind can conceive, you can achieve. Number two, if you think that success belongs to those who are not willing to work for success, go and get into the boxing ring and hope to be the heavyweight boxing champion of the world. One blow, just one. If you are lucky to wake up, you will never go near the ring again. Is it not true? But there are people who say, I am going to be the heavyweight boxing champion of the world. Like the gymnasts, they start from a tender age, wherever they are. They subject themselves, their bodies, to pains, to rigors. They subject themselves to very, very hard beatings. You see a human being standing like that and calling another hefty man and say, punch me. Punch harder. Punch harder. And I'm like, this for real? Why? He is training to get a harder punch than he will get on the ring. So when he gets into the ring and you give him this terrible punch, expecting, the guy looks at you and smiles. You know what he's telling you? I've seen that before, something better. Man, we don't see 9, which one be 2? Hello? You've got to know that success does not belong to everybody. Look around your whole village. Look at around your whole local government. How many successful people have you seen? Don't you think they want to be successful? Many of them are not willing to pay the price. The price of diligence. The price of discipline. The price of self-control. You see this thing in my hand? Is the greatest tool for success. This thing, this little phone, is one of the most amazing things that has hit the world when it comes to success. Unfortunately, this phone has become the downfall of not a few. Why? Because it is a loaded gun. It has to do with the direction you point. You sit down, you spend so much of your time, precious time, listening to gossips. Look at WhatsApp groups. Look at the sites that you check. Some of you seated here, quote me. If you are a big brother, there's a question mark as to where you are going in life. Quote me. If you are a big brother fan, one day you will understand what I'm talking about. Because the man that is hungry for success is not a man looking for story. Another man's story. What is the story? What is the motivation? What is that thing that is sparking your brain? Something has to spark your brain. What is it? Hey, if I can win Big Brother, I want to see how they do it so that I can enter the house. How many people enter the house? Only one person wins. How many people? Why do you want to do that one? Go and look at Efe. Efe won, right? Okay, no problem. I'm a long ranger. I want to see Efe in 10 years. Hello? I want to see if I don't wish him bad though. I pray that there are people that will hold him and lock him inside the house and make sure that what should be a blessing does not turn out to be a curse to him. Because when the whole nation knows you, lift you up like that, and then they see you trekking, is a terrible thing. Because it was better that you were not known, so that when you are marching the ground, they go your way. Nobody, but when they say, when you hear, if they argue bike, Ross, Alpha, where they go? Give me change, oh. Have you seen how he sounds? Hello? Doesn't it sound very funny? It would have been better he never saw the money. The Bible says again, I quote, he says the goodness of God makes rich and adds no sorrows. What that means is that there's a goodness that makes rich and adds sorrows. Some people will regret the day they became commissioner. Some people will regret the day they became governor, because they would have been better off if they were the way they were. 10 years down the line, you will see somebody who was one time governor. Do you understand me? In front, it has happened. Which is 10 years. I was at the airport. One guy came. He was doing like this. Everyone was just looking at him. And you know there are some troublesome Nigerians. So when the guy just said, okay, go join the line. He did like, he knew who he was. He was a former governor. Do you understand me? But this guy remembered how one day they nearly jammed him. Hey, security, security. So the man is like, where's that your security? I beg, park. Somebody said, do you know who he is? I beg. Hello? What makes siren blow, Nadia siren? What I'm trying to say is this. The moment you understand the fundamentals, the sky is the beginning. You can be successful. All you need to do is to understand that some of the things you've held on to are straws. You know what a straw is? Something that you can't hold and it will sustain you. Don't let politicians fool you with false riches. Let me tell you this. In my lifetime, not even in yours, Nigeria is going to be okay. I am telling you, this is not prophecy. Nigeria is good because do you know why? People have gotten to the back. Their backs are against the wall. And they can't go any further. The only movement they can do is move. People are tired of rigging of election. Look at what happened in Kogi and Bayelsa. Is that what you want to see in 2023? People are tired. People are starting to ask questions. There's going to be accountability in this country. So when you were learning how to be a thug and there's no longer thuggery, market don't finish, what will you do? Do you understand me? But if you were learning to have creative ideas that God will help, and you do clean business and make clean money, it will never go bad for you. When they start, a time is going to come when they start to look for certain quality of people to enter offices in Nigeria, and you would have already been known. You know that when you are a good person, people know in your neighborhood. They know it. They know it. If you want an honest person, there's a way your friend wants to give something to somebody. You say, bros, no vex, so that guy is my friend, but oh boy, the man a thief. Oh. Is it not true? There's another person. I don't like that girl. Her shakara is too much, but she's a good girl. You know why? You've tempted her with money. She no hungry. You've tempted her with this. She said, I bet leave me, leave me. Even when she was in dire need of money and things like that, and you knew, and you now thought it was the best time to strike. Do you understand me? She still turned it down. You will be the one to tell your friend, bros, if you want somebody to marry, bang, marry that girl. She better pay. But the other person that you think is your friend, or somebody you think, understand me, blah blah blah, and you have slept with that guy and slept with him and slept, you think it's like the day his friend is looking for you, he will say, bros, leave that one on public property. Hello. So what am I trying to say? The foundations that you lay are the very things that will either take you up or bring you down. And my advice to you, part of my parting shot is this: give attention to values, to virtue, to excellence. It pays. Do I come here to tell you how I'm just such awesome person, so perfect, so flawless? No. Hello? Do I tell lies? Yes, I do. But the ones I've told you today, they are not lies. So before you say, the man saying they tell lies, so they lies. Yeah, I tell lies from time to time. I do. But ask 10 people that know me. At least 7, if not 8, we say, the man they try. Because I made up my mind. Long time